Welcome to the Path to Mindset Mastery. My name is Brad Bizjack. I'm a mindset strategist and coach, inspirational speaker, and creator of Appreciation Academy. And I help online business owners like you silence the negative self-talk, getting in the way of your dreams so you can finally see the success that you deserve. And I'm curious, don't you just want more people to like you? I do. I love when people like me. And since people do business with those that they know, like, and trust, it'd probably be a great idea to learn how to be more likable, right? And that's what today is about, likability. So let's start the process of making more friends and becoming more trusted and the first time someone interacts with you, so that you can have the success and friendships that you deserve. Now, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And that's just the truth. You're never going to get everyone to like you. Everyone definitely doesn't like me, and that's okay. You don't need them to. I am a firm believer that there are 5 fundamental keys to truly being likable in your life and in your business. And in this podcast, I'm going to dive deep into the most important one. And then at the end, I'll offer you an opportunity to enroll in my power talk called the Likability Factor for a much deeper dive into the other 4 and how you can apply it to your life. So what's the most important factor when it comes to being likable? What do you think it is? Is it how you're dressed? Is it how you talk to people? Is it asking questions? No. I mean, sure, those things can help, but that's not it. Hands down, the most important piece of being liked by other people is the mindset you have about yourself. That's right. It is your own personal self-esteem and confidence. People can tell your confidence level very, very quickly when they chat with you. And if that confidence, self-esteem is low, will they want to hang out? Will they want to do business? And better question, will the right people for your business want to hang out and do business? No. So that's likability factor number 1, your mindset about you. So take a look at the way that you interact with people and the way that people interact and the way that people that you respect interact with people. Look at the differences. And maybe they're the same, I don't know, but is the way that you interact with people and the way that people you respect interact with people different? Like, you know how there are those people that just like command respect? Like, you can just tell that they have this confidence about themselves. And I'm not talking about dominant people. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about confident people. Oftentimes, dominance is a sign of insecurity. But can confident people command respect while being loving, playful, and full of joy? Of course, I'm an example of it. Right? I am an extremely confident person, and trust me, I didn't used to be. I craved validation most of my life, which is why I know I can teach you how to do this. When you look around at people in your life, don't some portray confidence, respect, and attention with their energy? And then some people lead their lives trying not to be intimidating with a limp fish handshake and a shaky voice. And you'll see that person who commanded respect gets respect. And you'll see that person that didn't command respect doesn't get respect. And what's really cool about this is that there's a direct relationship with the people that command respect and their success that they have in their relationships and their business and their life. So it's really simple if you break it down. Ready for it? You get treated the way that you expect to be treated. You get treated the way you think you should be treated. If you have no confidence in yourself, how do you carry yourself? How do you speak? Do you share your thoughts, or do you hide in the back and never take risks? How is your energy? Are you excited about life? Do you hide and keep things quiet? How does this affect your business relationships and your friendships that you make? This has nothing to do with introversion versus extroversion, by the way. This is about how you see yourself. I know plenty of extreme introverts that are multimillionaires. This is about believing you are worthy of respect. And on the flip side, if you have high self-esteem, high confidence, high belief in yourself, how do you speak? How is your energy? How is your handshake? And do you think someone is going to be more likely to trust your opinion or the not confident person? It's self-explanatory, right? Your attitude and your confidence that you portray to others is a mirror for how much or how little you love yourself. If we want to be perceived as likable and as important to other people, meaning someone that other people would want to be around on a regular basis, then we have to think that we are important ourselves. Why? And by the way, this is not arrogance. Why? Because how you think determines how you act, and how you act determines how other people react to you, and how people react to you determine your sales, your friendships, and your intimate relationships. So it's really simple. You have to think you deserve respect, or else people will walk on you and won't want to be part of your life and totally reject you and push you aside. So let's touch on a couple things you can do to make that happen. Number 1, think what you do is important. One of the ways that I see people do often especially in the online sales profession, is they're almost afraid to share what they do. They're afraid of being judged for owning their online business, especially online marketers. So what online marketers do is they downplay how great their profession is. And I want you to say your profession with pride. If you're building a business, that means you're helping someone for a living. This is not something to apologize about. Every time from now on that you introduce what you do to someone, you say it with a power stance. You say it with confidence and pride in your work. That alone will be the difference if someone wants to do business with you. What I do is I help online people online teach them how to have this mindset. So think about this. What's more impactful? Well, I think I run, I help online people, or I help people online with their fitness, and I sometimes run these groups, and I support them. And it's not as bad as it sounds. I've been enjoying it. Holy shit, I would never do business with you if that's the way that you talk. But if someone says, you know what, and just same profession, let's just say that person says, I'm an online fitness coach and I change people's lives every single day in these awesome groups that I run, and we've seen these amazing transformations throughout our entire company, and it's so cool to see. Now you've got my attention, because I want to do business only with someone that believes in what they do. It's like saying, I'm only an analyst, or I'm only an assistant merchant, or I'm only a mail delivery man, or I'm only a construction worker. That in itself makes you less likable because your confidence is low. But if you say, you know what, I deliver the mail and make sure that everyone gets what's important to them in a timely manner, and I meet so many cool people and probably really cool dogs along the way, I have instantly more respect for you. So it's clear that you command the respect that you get by how you define the work that you do in your conversations with others. And this isn't only going to gain you respect, but it's going to get you promoted faster. Because when you think that your work is important in a positive way, you're going to contribute more to it, and you're going to become better at it. Even if you don't like your job, it's important that you command confidence in how you explain it. And if you don't like your job, I'm going to give you a little secret. This is super important. Telling people that you don't like your job might seem like a great way to blow off steam in the moment, but it actually makes them have less respect for you. So if you don't like your job, I want you to connect to a higher purpose of what you do. For example, I used to be a merchant for a clothing retailer, and I just talked so much shit about my job, and I should have never done that. Learning experience. I talked so much shit about my job. But if I would have in the moment been like, you know what? I help teenagers feel more confident in their day-to-day lives, and I help them improve their self-esteem. If that was it, everything could change in my attitude towards my work, and I would have gotten promoted faster. I would have had more energy. I wouldn't have been as down on myself. A great example about this is the bricklayer story. I'm not sure if you heard it. I forgot where I heard it, but it's so true. And this is going to help you if you currently hate your job. I want you to connect to a bigger purpose. So instead of focusing on the negatives, you'll instantly become more likable. So a man walked up to a bricklayer who was busy working laying bricks, and he asked, hey, what are you doing? And the bricklayer responded, I'm slabbing this brick together. What does it look like I'm doing, right? And then that man walked to the next bricklayer a block down, and who was busy working on the same exact job, and says, what are you doing? And the second bricklayer responds, you know what? I'm slabbing this brick together for $9 an hour. And finally, the man walks up to the bricklayer that's another block down doing the exact same work, and he was busy working, and he goes, what are you doing? And the bricklayer responded, you know what? I am building the world's most awesome, tallest cathedral. Isn't that awesome how we can make that type of an impact? Do you see the difference in how they view their role and how it affects what they do? Everything changes. Everything changes. So that's number one. Think what you do is important. Number two, ask yourself uplifting questions. Think about this for a second. As I talk about this, and by the way, I talk about this in a lot more detail in Appreciation Academy. But thinking is nothing more than the process of asking yourself a series of questions, right? That's what thinking is. Think about what you just did. You were thinking about thinking. You were asking yourself, was that true? You were thinking about thinking. And a lot of us ask ourselves questions that make us act in a way that doesn't command respect from others. For example, a lot of people ask themselves, why am I so broke? And so that's what they focus on. And because what you focus on becomes reality, you become more broke because you're literally getting what you're asking for. But some people ask themselves, why am I worthy of creating wealth? Or why am I wealthy already? And just that thought alone will change how you carry yourself, how you introduce yourself, and what you think of yourself. I did that on a run today. I was starting to get tired, and I started asking myself, why do I have so much endurance right now? And I went 2 miles longer than I wanted to originally. So something you can do to become more likable and to think about yourself more positively is to ask yourself uplifting questions that lead you to the direction you want to take your life. If you ask, why am I so confident today? Or why do I show respect to others today? Or why am I so fun to be around today? Or why am I so grateful? Do you think you'll start carrying yourself a little bit differently? Yeah. And when you carry yourself differently, don't people respond to you differently? Yeah. See, it starts in your mind. Number 3, act as if. Third, what you can do to become this more likable person into the way that you see yourself is you can act as if you're already successful. You want to be wealthy? How does a wealthy person act? Do that. If you want to be happy, how does a happy person act? Do that. Want to be confident? How does a confident person act? Do that. An amazing thing happens when you act as if you are already something. You start to feel it internally, and that way you start to become it because you start to believe it. Number 4, look for the best in people. Look for the best in people. Finally, just find a way to find the beauty in other people. It's really funny. A lot of people go through life expecting that people will annoy them or that people will make them angry, and they're never disappointed because they're always looking for the world to do them harm, so they find it. So when they go out there, they're always finding people doing shitty things. But if you're always looking for the best in people, what happens? You become nicer, don't you? You become less closed off, more confident, more empathetic, more open. And when you do that, guess what happens? People like you more, right? When you're closed off and expecting everyone else to do you harm, you carry yourself differently, and people respond to you differently, don't they? So go out there expecting the best in others, and you will be amazed how much people start to like you. So those 4 tips should really help. Look for the best in others, act as if, ask yourself uplifting questions, and think what you do is super important. When you do those 4 things, you're going to start to carry yourself in a higher way. You start to command respect from others. You start to be more engaging, and you start to be more friendly. The game changes forever. And since this world will treat you the way you expect to be treated, all of a sudden, when you apply this, the world starts treating you differently, and it's an amazing place. It all starts with you, though. It starts with the way that you carry yourself and how you think about yourself. You are what you think you are. And if you think you're a likable person, chances are that you are. Your confidence determines your likability. And if you struggle with that, and you need help in being more likable, so you can have a great intimate relationship, make more friends, explode your sales, meet great people in business, I want to formally invite you to check out my mini Power Talk program called The Likeability Factor. It is a deep dive into mastering influence and likability. So not only do you command respect through your confidence, but you become more instantly trusted by anyone you come in contact with. Can you imagine how much it would explode your business and your life if that was you? And all you have to do to find that program is you got to head to bradbizjack.com, and you'll see the likability factor available right on that homepage under the section Learn with Brad. The course is easily worth $149, but I'm offering it to you today for 67% off. That is $49 if that is something that you are interested in. Again, head to bradbizjack.com and join the likability factor today. You will be so glad that you did. So thank you so much for being here today and tuning into the Path to Mindset Mastery. My name is Brad Bizjack. Go out there today and every day and live your life with a genuine smile on your face. It is the first step to becoming more likable. I will see you next week.